What financial advice do you have for couples prior to getting married?
I think that you should talk about the view of money. I think you should understand the other person's background because a lot of times we get into marriage and we just, okay, here's these new people and we don't know anything about their upbringing in a sense of their view of marriage, what their childhood was like as far as the parents how the parents were in the home because that does shape the person, right? So how our mom and dad acted to each other actually does affect us in our own marriage. We either try to be like our parents or we try to be the opposite of them. And so to understand a little bit about them, learn about your fiance's background, about their fears, about their desires to bring into your new family. Because a lot of times, most issues that we have are just misunderstandings. We don't understand the other person's fears and views of, let's say, money or childhood or marriage, all of that. So learn about the person because it really does come into your family and you're like, why is my wife acting like this? Like, why is my husband, freaking out that I just, spent $100 more than like there's a reason behind it. It's usually some kind of crazy story if you date, even how your mother treated you. My husband was always he's the older brother, so he was always accused of everything, right? It was always his fault. And so if you're like, Gino, why'd you do that? I didn't do that. Like, why does he do that? And I'm like, all right, let me think back. Okay, it was always your fault. Your mom always thought you were the one that made the mistake. So that's why he acts the way he does. But I never would have known that if I didn't go deep into tell me about your childhood. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about your dad, how you treated him. Because all of that comes into your marriage. And instead of being irritated with your spouse, now you know their background. Now you're going to have compassion for them. And let me tell you, it makes all the difference in your marriage when you have compassion instead of being irritated.